Hey everyone, this is Angelina Papazian with River of Life Coaching, and I am a spiritual life coach and a master of social work. And here on this channel, we talk about a variety of different topics relating to psychology, philosophy, spirituality, and all sorts of different topics relating to life and what it means to be human. If you find any of the content on these videos to be helpful, please like, share, and subscribe. Also, stay tuned for some upcoming workshops and courses that are currently in the works. And if you are interested in one-on-one coaching sessions, I am currently available to take coaching clients. So today we are going to be talking about prayer. Now, when we think about the word prayer, many of us may have a certain idea of what that means. We might have a certain image in mind. We might have a certain way that we like to pray, or ways that we've seen other people pray. We might have been told that there's only one way to pray, or there's a right way to pray, or a wrong way to pray, and we can only do this or that. Now, each of us, we have our own spiritual or religious viewpoints, and we might have our own frameworks of thinking and living. And we want to be honest with ourselves on whether or not how we are approaching these types of topics, if they're helpful. We want to be honest with ourselves to really see if what we are actually doing and how we view prayer and spirituality to really be working for us. For example, I can share from my own personal experience that I grew up in a tradition that was very rigid, in the sense that there's only one right way to pray, there's only one way to believe in God, there's only one way to practice spirituality, there's only one way to go about life, and this is the right way. That's not always going to be the case. If anything, I've found that the more open-minded I've stayed to different religions and spiritualities and beliefs and frameworks for living, the better off I was. The more I was able to learn and grow and evolve, the more I was able to connect with myself more deeply, the more I was actually able to connect with the divine. And so when it comes to prayer, it's very similar, in the sense that we have to really look at how we actually view prayer. What are some of the things that we were taught about prayer? What were some of the things that maybe we weren't taught about prayer? What are some of the things that could be helpful for us? What are some of the things that might have been harmful for us? Do I actually think that I can pray? Do I think it's available to me? Do I think it's easy? Do I think it's hard? Is it hard to remember to pray? Do I not even know where to begin? And all of that is okay. What I would encourage you to do is to sit with the idea that there's no one right way to do it. I want you to really sit with that and really think about that. There is not one right way to pray. Each of us have to find what works for us. We may find that at one period of our life, a certain type of prayer or way to pray works better than others, and at a different period of our life, we might find a different method works better for us. And each of us go through different seasons and changes throughout our life, and we may find that what once worked for us may not really feel like it's working right now. It may not feel like it's something that we're intrinsically drawn to, and all of that is perfectly okay. All of that is perfectly normal. A lot of us experience that from time to time, and don't be afraid of that. Really sit with that and get curious about it. Maybe it is time to start delving into more practices. Maybe it is time to really start seeking and exploring new things and new ways of doing things. Don't be afraid of it. Reach out to your support system. Is there anybody who you can talk to about these? Are there any methods you can learn about? Are there any books you can read, any podcasts you can listen to on these types of topics? Are there any things that you can actually try to do differently and implement? Can you spice things up a little bit? All of that is beautiful. Really do whatever feels right for you. Do what feels normal and natural to you. That's an exciting thing, to be in the process of really discovering what works, and how you want to pray and how you want to connect with the divine can be a really beautiful and worthwhile endeavor. So don't sell yourself short to only one method, and don't let anybody tell you that there's only one right way to pray, because that hasn't been the case for a lot of people, myself included. So really give yourself some space to really look into this and to really step into whatever feels right for you. So I'm going to go over a few different methods of prayer. Now, this is not a comprehensive list of every single type of way of praying. This is not every single thing you need to possibly know about prayer, but this is a good place to start. So, one way we can pray is by praising God, praising the divine, really talking God up. God, you're amazing. God, I love you. God, you have helped me. God, you have protected me. God, you have guided me. Oh my God, God, you are amazing. That's one example. Another way we can pray is through worship. Now there's different forms of worship. There are different ways that we can worship God or worship the divine. And when I say God or the divine, that's only one or two words that I'm using. Ask yourself if there's another word you want to use to describe that. Ask yourself what feels right for you. Don't be limited even by what I'm saying or what I believe in. Really ask yourself how you want to actually implement this and how you want to view this, what you want to call it, what you want to do. Remember, the biggest thing about all of this is that there is not one right or wrong way to do it. What matters is that it is working for you. What matters is that it is bringing you something in your life. What matters is that it is helping you in some way, shape, or form in your life, and nobody can take that away from you. So, going back to praising God, really, really, really talking God up. God, you're loving, you are faithful, you have always had my back, you've always been there for me. Thank you for all that you do, which ties us into a Thanksgiving type of prayer. God, thank you for all that you've blessed me with in your life. Thank you for giving me the family who loves me. Thank you for giving me the resources that I need. Thank you for showing me the way. Thank you for guiding me. God, I'm so grateful for all that you have done for me. Thank you for all the opportunities that have come my way. Thank you for all of the beautiful people in my life. Thank you for the communities that I'm part of. Thank you for bringing me to where I'm meant to be. Thank you for keeping me away and taking me from the places that are no longer aligned for me. God, your presence is the best thing in my life. That's an example of a Thanksgiving prayer. Now, next one I'm going to bring up is called confession. Now, when we think of the word confession, we're going to have some ideas about it for a lot of us, myself included. Some of you might not have some baggage around that word, and that's okay. You might be one of the lucky ones here. But when we talk about confession, what we're really talking about is acknowledging our mistakes. We're all human. We all make mistakes. We fall short. We do things that might be harmful or to other people. We might do things that are inconsiderate to other people. We might do things that are not good for us. We might betray ourselves in some way. We might hurt ourselves. We might fall short of acting in accordance to our values. We may make all sorts of different types of mistakes and blunders throughout our lives. We're human. No one was really given a handbook of how to live life. We might have some ideas, some books, some guidance, and things that have been written or things that have been shared and passed down in different traditions and different wisdoms, but for the most part, we're all just being human and doing the best we can with what we have in every moment that we're in. And I know a lot of you out there may have a hard time with that. I know a lot of you may have some feelings that that's just a cop-out for poor behavior, but that's not necessarily the case. So keep in mind that when we are talking about some type of confession prayer, what we're really doing is acknowledging some of the mistakes that we have made, whether it is acknowledging it to ourselves or acknowledging it to the God of our understanding. An example of this could be, God, I really made a mistake with this. I really didn't like how I acted in this situation. I didn't like how I handled that. I wish I had done something differently. Help me right now to gain some clarity on what I need to do moving forward. How can I mend the situation? How can I improve this? How can I make this better? How can I not make this mistake moving forward? What can I do differently moving forward? Some of us may want to ask God for forgiveness. Now, that is not something that I necessarily pray or subscribe to, but there are many people who do get some value to that. God, forgive me for how I spoke to my mother today. God, forgive me for the mistake that I made yesterday. God, forgive me for how I fell short. God, forgive me for not doing what was actually best for that person. Help me to become more patient. Help me to become kinder. Something like that. There's lots of different ways y'all can do that, but that's just one example. So if you find that a forgiveness or confession type of prayer is helpful, try it out. If you think that that is actually going to be something that will bring you some peace and comfort and give you some guidance and clarity on what to do differently whenever you make those mistakes, go for it. No right or wrong. I want you all to really get clear about what you think God is or what you think God might be. If you don't know where to start with that, maybe consider, what do I want God to be? What do I want God to be? It doesn't mean what is God, A lot of us don't really know that answer. That's going to be something that you're going to have to accept. Most of us do not know 110% without a shadow of the doubt exactly what God is. We may say we do, we may think we do, But when we stay open-minded to different perspectives and different frameworks of thinking about things, we may find that an idea or a belief that we hold very dear to us might actually contradict another idea that we may agree with or may hold dear to us. And so what we have to really stay open to is the mystery and accept that maybe there are going to be two conflicting things that are true at the same time. Maybe we can make some space for that. Now, it's not going to be a popular topic. I know there's going to be some of you that are going to get ruffled up when I say something like that, and that's okay. We're all where we're at, and we all have our own belief systems. Let's move forward with this with respect for each other and our differences and what it is that we believe in. Give yourself some space to really question what you believe and why. Where does that stem from? Give yourself time to really question what you can believe and what you can implement into your life. Give yourself time to really think about, do the beliefs that I have right now, and are the ways that I'm praying and showing up, and are the ways that I am inviting God or the divine into my life helpful for me and the people around me in my life? Start from there and see where that takes you. Now, we might also do something called a petition prayer, is what some people call it. Now, another way you can really look at this, if you don't like the word petition, is just simply bringing your own needs to God. God, I need guidance. God, I'm really in a lot of pain right now. I need some healing. God, I need comfort. I need your strength. I need your wisdom. I need you to give me everything that I need to get through this situation. God, help me to know what decision is the best thing for me to do in this. God, help me to be more loving. Help me to be more patient. Help me to be wiser. Help me to step into the kind of person you created me to be. God, help me to step into the kind of woman that I want to be. God, help me to step into the kind of man that I want to be. God, help me to fill this role. Help me to fulfill what it is you have in store for me. Make it clear to me. Give me the strength and guidance and wisdom to know exactly what that is and give me everything that I need to do that. That's one way of doing that. Now, we could also pray on behalf of somebody else. Some people call that intercession prayer. And that is a beautiful prayer. That is when you really know that there is somebody who might need some healing, somebody who might need some guidance, somebody who might need some strength in their life, somebody who's going through something, or let's say somebody who is going through doing some really important work, like maybe there's a leader in your community who you really respect and admire, and they're going through some really tough time right now with dealing with something that they have to show up for to improve the communities that they're part of, and so that also does affect you. Sometimes we can pray for those people. Every day we could pray for those people if we wanted to. Sometimes they want our prayer. Sometimes they need their prayer. Sometimes those prayers can really give them some strength. I've heard people say that before, where when they actually knew that they had the collective prayers and love and guidance and strength of their community, it uplifted them as they faced whatever challenge was in front of them and whatever it was that they had to show up for. So we don't always have to just pray about ourselves. We can also pray for other people. We can pray for people whether we know they're going through something, or we can pray for people where we know that they are doing well in their life in some areas, and we can ask God to continue to help them in their life. We can ask God to continue to strengthen them and teach them what they need to learn and everything. So think about that. How do you want to pray for yourself and for the people in your life? Another way you can really pray, or some people call this meditation, is by listening for guidance. Getting still, getting quiet, reflecting, being open, being able to discern, what is God telling me right now? God, what is it you want me to understand right now? God, what is it you want me to think right now? God, what is it you want me to do right now? God, give me the clarity that I need in a way that I can understand it. God, help me to surrender right now. Sometimes we might need to ask God for some help in surrendering to some things in our life. Sometimes we might need to ask God to help us with all of the things that we're afraid of, with all of our desires, with all of the plans, with all of the things we want, with all of the things that we might have a hard time in trusting and surrendering to. There might be some things that we're very attached to, and we might not want to let go of control to that outcome. We might want to be the ones pulling the strings everywhere, and sometimes we have to just let go. Sometimes we really just have to invite God into that situation, and we may not know how God is going to work that situation out. We may not know the bridge of incidents that are going to happen. We may not know exactly how something is going to unfold, but we may find that when we invite God into this, at the very least, it makes things easier for us in the long run. Sometimes we may ask God to bless us in our lives. We may ask God for some strength and encouragement, for good fortune. We might be going through a hard time, and we may want God to give us some good fortune and favor and good luck, some prosperity. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's okay to ask God for the things that we want. It's okay to have desires. Some people believe that if God planted a desire in your heart, that God will help you get through it, whatever challenges come about as a result of moving forward with whatever it is that you desire and making it happen and creating that for your life. So how do you want to pray? How do you want to invite God into your life? How do you want to show up in your spiritual life today? What can help you? What can make you better? How can you cultivate prayer into your life? And if you found this video to be helpful, please like, share, and subscribe. Really think about it. Really sit on it. And have a good day.